Oh, shit!
I just coughed.
Oh, shit!
Gosh!
Is this all real? Or is it just happening inside my head? Of course it's happening inside your head, Harry. Why should that mean that it's not real?
What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Mentally Gone Reacts. My name is Callie Lacerda.
And I'm Gabriella Love.
And Happy New Year's to everybody out there.
Happy New Year.
Happy 2026.
Woo.
2025.
Boo. 2025 was the worst year.
The worst year of our lives.
Yeah.
I think,
worse
for
than
sure. 2020,
and we all know what happened in 2020.
Worse than 2020 for us. Putting it all behind us, today is the first of the year, so we thought, let's record.
And also it just coincidentally coincided with me not being sick anymore the new year, which you could kind of tell in my voice a little bit.
A little raspy.
I got a little voice crack. I'm going through puberty.
She's been smoking for 50 years. She works at a diner.
What are they selling?
What do you want, sweetheart? You want your eggs? How you want
Chocolate.
your eggs? Yeah.
But then anyway, so I was sick, which why we had to take a little interval there. I was very sick right at the edge of the holidays approaching, but now I'm better and working on getting my voice fully repaired so I could sing badly in the shower again without any of the voice cracking. And then
And we spent most of the holiday season eating chicken noodle soup and eating chicken soup and bone broth and liquids, noodles, and all the good stuff to cure the cold. So today, the first day of the year, of a brand new year, we thought, what better time to conclude the first season of Game of Thrones and then usher in the new season of Game of Thrones.
Finally, right, guys? The
last episode was completely disorienting. Completely left field, right? It's like,
oh God, I'll never be the same after that episode.
Yeah, that episode was tense, to say the least. So now we're gonna see what the aftermath is and how they conclude this hectic season so far. People said it only gets worse. Somebody commented in the last video. They said that there's an irony, which I didn't know, but they said that there's an irony that basically the sword that beheaded Ned Stark was the same sword that he used in the opening of the series that he beheaded the traitor, the deserter who ran away from the wall. Yeah.
How is it the same sword?
It's called ice.
Oh.
Joffrey used the same sword which belongs to the House Stark, which is like this which is highly
he seized their possessions and
which is highly symbolic and just like used it to decapitate him with the same sword.
Wow.
So that added like a whole different layer. Like once I read that comment, I was like, wow, that's actually like, it kind of gave me chills when I saw it. I was like, oh, damn.
I don't like this. I don't like this Joffrey guy.
The details. It's like he's ruthless, he's violent, he's cunning, but he's also petty too. Like there's like a pettiness that comes off as like strategically planning his violence, you know, so it makes him not necessarily a psychopath. Like he knows what he's kind of doing. Like he used the same sword, decapitated him. So it's not violence for the sake of violence, you know, killing for the sake of killing. It's like very symbolic still. So I thought that was interesting.
He's like ultimate Machiavelli.
Yeah, he's a little prince, this guy.
All right. Well, let's see. Today's episode will be the season 1 final episode, Fire and Blood.
Fire and Blood, it's called. Yep.
And we're going to see, as if we haven't seen enough bloodshed already.
Yes.
This show is ready to show us some more.
And as usual on this channel, from the first day that we started this channel, we have always taken notes.
I'm always upgrading, guys. So I'm like really taking it to extremes here. So I could really write a lot down.
Yeah, she's expanding and I'm constricting. I'll eventually get to a very like a microscopic notebook that you guys can't even see, and I'll just be like writing in the air like this.
It's because, I'm feeling like new vibes now. I'm feeling like new year, new me, just like people say. Cringy, but
Yes.
it's true.
Yes.
And so I want to just start with a new notebook and date it and put the title and then just write my little notes as I go. And no, I'm not reading a book. Somebody was like in the last episode that I was reading a book when I should be watching the masterpiece of the episode. I'm like, I'm taking notes
Reading
on the
book.
episode.
You write books, right? Like you take a lot of notes.
I do take a lot of notes sometimes. I have in the past.
Yes. All right. So without any further ado, let's just jump straight into the episode. Special thank you to everybody over on Patreon for the support, for supporting the journey. A lot of people supported the whole journey all year long, even though there was a massive drought of content for personal reasons. But thanks for the understanding, and let's just plow forward and
we're
build.
excited for this new year. There's going to be a lot in store, and we're going to make it worth the while. And yeah, it's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun. All right. So we'll do a 3-second countdown for everybody over on Patreon so that you can link your copy with our copy.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Am I forgetting anything? I'm always super rusty at the beginning of these things.
Oh, and obviously thank you to everyone on YouTube as well. You guys have been, we got like 1,000 new subscribers in the last couple of days, like with the short video that Callie did on John Wick, and we want to do more of those. And yeah, we're just very thankful for the community. I try to get to every comment on the Batman video, and moving forward, I'm going to try to get to every single comment and respond and like actually take the time to have conversations about these movies and shows, because they're exciting to like learn more, because you guys know so much about these things. So yeah, just new year, new vibes, new Mentally Gone reacts.
Still never wrong to be mentally gone, though.
No,
All right.
Yes,
So,
that stays the same.
3-second countdown. 3, 2, 1, and play. And don't forget the glasses.
Oh yes, the glasses.
Ah, feels good. Always feels like returning home when the song plays. Feels like I'm returning home after long battles, long periods at war. This is Fire and Blood, it's called.
Oh, I like how you could guess like who the actors' names are for the characters.
Peter Dinklage. The Tree of the Old Gods.
This was orchestrated so perfectly. I love this intro song. I wonder how the writer of the book felt when they were like, all right, here's our intro, here's our show. He was probably like dumbfounded, like, wow.
Here's our interpretation of your art.
Yeah.
And apparently he was involved with the production of the show.
Oh, that makes sense. Dun, look, it just said it. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. All right, let's see.
Yeah, see, so that sword is ice.
Wow, they're actually showing us. Oh, God.
Oh, there it is.
Oh.
Ah. Damn, it really picked up exactly where it dropped off.
Look at me!
Oh, my goodness.
Remember me now, boy? Hey?
Boy.
Oh.
You'll be coming with me, boy. And you'll be keeping your mouth shut.
Does she know him? Well, yeah, right? Because he's one of Ned's men.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Sansa. Wow.
North, boy.
Oh.
We're going north.
Oh, I see.
She's going to have to disguise herself, or else they're going to be after her.
Yeah. Oh, is it the three-eyed raven again? Always happens in his dreams.
It's sad that in his dreams he could still walk.
Oh, it is. Look at that.
I had 3 eyes. Told me to come with him, so I did. We went down into the crypt. My father was there.
Oh.
So he saw his father's spirit then right after he passed, right?
Yeah.
That's Lyanna, my father's sister. King Robert was supposed to marry her, but Rhaegar Targaryen kidnapped her. Robert started a war to win her back. He killed Rhaegar, but she died anyway.
It's giving us context now. It's giving us lore.
Ooh,
Oh,
what's
hell
that?
no. Oh, hell no.
Woo!
Whoa. Ah, man, I thought it was one of those zombie things.
Rickon!
I was gonna attack.
What are you doing down here? Come back up with us. No, I came to see father.
Ah.
I told you he's in King's Landing with Sansa and Arya. He was down here. I saw him.
The young kid saw him.
Last night, when I was sleeping.
Ah.
Here, Shaggy Dog.
They're seeing him.
They're actually currently working on resuscitating a dire wolf.
It's only natural he should be in your thoughts and dreams. But that doesn't mean that...
Oh,
No.
there it is.
Their dad.
He has what That's So Raven had. What Raven Simone had.
Oh yeah, like the vision, right?
Yeah, like some form of divination. Some
Oh
form.
man.
Lady.
Catelyn, right?
Does she know?
I think that's why they're all bowing their head. Oh man, look at that.
Damn, she's keeping her composure. Have to upkeep the image of fortitude, strength. Wow.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry already. It just started.
Damn. Yo, what the tree do to you, bro? Damn.
Robb! Robb!
Grief.
You've ruined your sword.
I'll kill them all. Every one of them. I'll kill them all.
Oh man, I'm getting so emotional.
They have your sisters. We have to get the girls back, and then we will kill them all.
They deserve it. They do, honestly.
For good King Robert's health, and the beast was every bit as fat as Robert was himself.
Damn.
These are like the fools, right?
Yeah.
The entertainment.
He's making a diss track against the previous king. That's interesting, actually. He's like developing a soundtrack to his regime.
King Robert lost his battle and he failed his final test. The lion ripped his balls off and the boar did all the rest.
Wow.
That's horrible.
This is literally mass propaganda.
What the heck?
Isn't it a funny song? Thank you for your rendition. I imagine it was even better received at that tavern.
I'll never sing it again, I swear.
Tell me, which do you favour? Your fingers or your tongue?
Your Grace?
Fingers or your tongue? If you got to keep one, which would it be?
Damn. To taste or to feel? To touch?
Every man needs hands, Your Grace.
Good. Tongue it is.
Your Grace, please.
Wow.
Sir Ilan, who better than you to carry out the sentence?
Oh, the mute guy? Oh no.
No, he's the guy that decapitated Ned Stark, I think.
He's mute.
Oh, he's mute?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why he said, who better, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll leave the rest of the matters to you, Mother.
Wow.
This guy's so likable.
Thank you, my lord.
Your Grace, I'm king now.
Damn, she's been going through it.
I want to show you something.
Oh my
Oh, wow.
gosh.
Oh, wow.
It was your bed, child.
And as soon as you've had your blood, I'll put a son in you. Mother says that shouldn't be long.
Oh god, ew.
As soon as you have your blood, I'll put a son in you.
Please, no!
Oh,
It's your father.
What?
wow.
This one here.
Just like the London Bridge.
Get it and see what happens to traitors.
They used to do this
Merciful.
I was.
in history.
Gave him a clean death.
Please let me go home. I won't do any treason. I swear. I'll
Mother
just...
says I'm still to marry you, so you'll stay here and obey. Look at him!
Sounds.
Well,
How long do I have to look?
as long as it pleases me.
Damn.
Do you want to see the rest?
If it please your grace.
That's your scepter. There.
What?
Oh, the old lady.
Why?
Ah.
I'm going to give you a present. After I raise my armies and kill your traitor brother, I'm going to give you his head as well.
Or maybe he'll give me yours.
Oh no, don't say that. Come on. Survival skills 101, please.
My mother tells me a king should never strike his lady.
Oh, that's the one thing he'll take away that his mother said.
No, look.
Wow.
He just outsources everything.
Oh, he's a horrible person.
Oh, that's pretty high up.
Push him down. I would too.
I would do it quick though. I wouldn't move that slow.
Yeah, go.
Oh, I see.
Will you obey now, or do you need another lesson? I'll look for you in court.
Save yourself some pain, girl. Give him what he wants. You'll be needing that again.
Damn, she's thinking about jumping. This guy looks like those Renaissance paintings where they look at God, right? Like they're looking up at God in anguish, like a Rembrandt of sorts.
Yeah.
The pain in the eyes, forsaken.
Pledge fealty to King Renly and move south to join our forces with his.
Renly is not the king.
You cannot mean to hold to Joffrey, my lord. He put your father to death.
That doesn't make Renly king. He's Robert's youngest brother. Bran can't be Lord of Winterfell before me. Renly can't be king before Stannis.
Do you mean to declare us for Stannis?
Renly is not right.
Here is what I say to these two kings.
This guy's funny. This guy's like the drunk uncle.
Rule over me and mine from some flowery seat in the south. What do they know of the war or the Wolfswood?
True.
Even their gods are wrong.
They don't worship the old gods as we do.
We rule ourselves again. It was the dragons we bowed to, and now the dragons are dead. There sits the only king I mean to bend my knee to. The king of the north.
Ooh, that's a big shoe to fill.
The king in the north.
Am I your brother, now and always?
Now and always.
My sword is yours, in victory and defeat. Until my last day.
Let's go.
The king in the north!
Oh yeah.
The king in the north! The king in the north! Let's go! I like this.
So north versus the south.
A lot of responsibility, though.
Yeah. She didn't seem too ecstatic about him becoming the new king now, king of the north.
Because it's a lot of responsibility, right?
Yeah. She seemed more concerned. Oh, those are probably the Lannister prisoners. And Mr. Jaime, who loves his sister so much, so well.
There's no bargaining now, right? Not really.
Nope. Wow.
Your bed must be lonely.
Smash his
Is
head
that
in.
why you came? I'm not at my best, but I think I can be of service.
Holy shit.
Slip out of that gown and we'll see if I'm up to it.
Damn, with the rock, it's crazy.
I do like a violent woman.
I will kill you tonight, sir. Pack your head in a box and send it to your sister.
You're stronger than you look. It shouldn't take long.
That is what you want the world to believe, isn't it? That you don't fear death.
The dark is coming for all of us. Why cry about it?
Because you are going to the deepest of the 7 hells if the gods are just.
What gods are those? The trees your husband prayed to? Where were the trees when his head was getting chopped off? Your gods are real, and if they're just, why is the world so full of injustice?
Because of men like you.
There are no men like me, only me.
My son, Bran, how did he come to fall from that tower?
Pushed him out the window.
Why?
I hoped the fall would kill him.
Why?
You should get some sleep. It's going to be a long war.
Oh no. Truthful to a point. Not going to talk about roughhousing your sister, but
All the chaos is because of their stupid relationship.
this all started when Robert Baratheon paraded into Winterfell in the beginning.
Oh, God.
And chose Ned to be the hand.
But like,
just keep it inside of King's Landing. Choose Littlefinger to be the hand or something. I don't know. What the heck is going on here? Oh. Are they all super close? Like, is that the joke here?
Isn't this her cousin or something?
I thought it was her brother. I thought it was another of the Lannisters.
What's our next move?
Stop talking. Get back into bed.
I thought it was the younger brother out of all of them. But you might be right. It might be. What's up, YouTube? I just do that to like mark the spots.
The Stark boy appears to be less green than we'd hoped.
Is it true about Stannis and Renly?
Both Baratheon brothers have taken up against us. Jaime captured, his army scattered. It's a catastrophe. Perhaps we should sue for peace.
There's your piece. Joffrey sorted that when he decided to remove Ned Stark's head.
True. Cross the line.
I'm told we still have his sisters.
The first order of business is ransoming Sir Jaime.
We must return to Casterly Rock to raise
They
more.
have my son!
This son he cares about. Let's have a sober conversation.
Never mind. He has to be in control of everything.
Yeah.
You were right about Ned Stark. If he were alive, we could have used him to broker a peace with Winterfell and River Run, which would have given us more time to deal with Robert's brothers. But now, madness and stupidity. I always thought you were a stunted fool. Perhaps I was wrong.
Half wrong?
He's a halfling, right? Is what they're called? Is it a halfling? Like, I don't know.
Sir Gregor will head out with 500 riders and set a riverland on fire from God's Eye to the Red Fork. You will go to King's Landing.
And do what?
Rule.
Ooh.
You will serve as Hand of the King in my stead. And if you get so much as a whiff of treason from any of the rest, Baelish, Varys, Pycelle...
Head spikes walls. Why not my uncle? Why not anyone? Why me?
You're my son.
Expendable, right? Look at the different way that he delivered the "You are my son" or "We're talking about my son." You know.
You will not take that whore to court. Do you understand?
He's talking about the Shay girl?
Yeah, the girl that he was bonding with. Him and his friend in the tent. They were doing drinking games.
She doesn't look well.
Sir Jorah.
What happened with her?
Gently.
She's pregnant, right?
Yeah.
My son. Where is he? I want him.
She gave birth already?
Where is he?
The boy did not live.
Oh man, the stallion who would mount the world.
Only life can pay for. Only death can pay
How
for
did my
life.
son die?
He never lived, my princess.
Wow, he was stillborn.
They say the child was...
Monstrous. Twisted. I pulled him up myself.
I don't trust this
He was
lady.
smooth like a lizard. Blind, with leather wings like the wings of a bat. When I touched him, the skin fell from his bones. Inside, he was full of grave worms. I warned you that only death can pay for life.
I see what you're saying.
You knew the price.
Where is Khal Drogo?
Yeah, does he live then?
Show him to me. Show me what I bought with my son's life.
Come, I will take you to him.
I mean, if Khal Drogo's still alive, then there's chance to make another child, you know? Like, they can move on. They could try again. I like how her outfit is kind of scaly, like dragon lizard scales, right?
Yeah, and she was saying...
Khalasar is gone.
A Khal who cannot ride is no Khal. The Dothraki follow only the strong.
Oh, they left.
I'm sorry, my princess.
They substituted him already. Which makes sense. If you're a nomadic tribe, then you're not going to wait for a wounded warrior to lead you. Damn, there's really not that many left.
Drogo, Sheikh Mishrakiani. Why is he out here alone?
He seems to like the warmth, princess.
He's not alive?
He lives. You asked for life.
This is not life. When will he be as he was?
When the sun rises in the west, sets in the east.
Never.
Wow, they were saying not to trust that lady.
Because they speak in riddles, you know, like you're buying a riddle. It's very ambiguous, but it's by design.
Leave us.
I don't want you alone with this sorceress.
I have nothing more to fear from this woman.
Because a lot of magic is coercion.
It was wrong of them to burn my temple.
Revenge.
My child was innocent.
Innocent? He would have been the stallion who mounts the world. Now he will burn no cities. Now his Khalasar will trample no nations into dust.
I saved you.
3 of those riders had already me before you saved me, girl.
Damn.
I saw my god's house burn. In the streets I saw piles of heads. Tell me again exactly what it was that you saved.
She has a point.
Your life.
Why don't you take a look at your Khal? Then you will see exactly what life is worth when all the rest has gone.
Wow. To be alive.
But to be barren in the soul.
Yeah. To not be living. To be alive, but not living. That's a good recap for 2025, actually. Be alive, but not living.
Oh, he found out.
Do you know what happens to deserters? Better than you do. I'm gonna find my brother and put his sword through King Joffrey's throat. You can't leave us now. We need you here. Move. I won't let you go.
Oh man, he's a good friend.
Yeah, he is.
Ghost. Ghost is like, wait for me.
It's always the Samwells, right? Sam from Lord of the Rings.
Oh yeah, Samwell, the wise, right?
He said, don't bring Shay with you to King's Landing.
I believe he used the word
Are you ashamed of me? Are you afraid that I'm dancing around the court with my tits out? I'm funny now. I'm Shay, the funny
My father's probably the most powerful man in the country. Certainly the richest. He's always been a...
True.
I believe the ladies of the court could learn a great deal from a girl like you.
Oh, he's gonna go against the...
He's gonna smuggle her out.
Be the hand's lady. Because the king needs a hand. And the hand...
Oh, the king... the hand needs a hand too. Needs a handy. Oh, Jon Snow, no! Please! You're gonna get decapitated.
Wait, does this count already? Does this count as him leaving?
It seems like it. Oh, look, a husky. Oh, are they chasing him already to decapitate him? Oh!
Oh, it's his friends.
Headless Nick from Harry Potter. That's how he became headless.
We're taking you back to where you belong.
I belong with my brother. We're your brothers now.
Look, he'll live to find out you've gone.
Sorry about your father.
But it doesn't matter. You took the oath. You can't leave. You said the words.
I don't care. Hear my words and bear witness to my vow. To hell with all of you.
Night gathers, and now my watch begins. It shall not end until my death. I should live and die at my post.
I am the sword in the darkness, the watcher on the walls, the shield that guards the realms of men.
I'm getting chills.
Pledge my life and honor to the Night's Watch.
Oh yeah.
This night and all nights to come.
Let's go!
Yeah, get him back. Let's go.
Got me motivated. Let's go. Let's go kill some zombies.
And they gave him such a nice sword. Come on.
I know, right?
There's nothing he could do now. His dad is dead. You know,
You're not gonna bring him back alive, Snow.
it'll just end it with him dying if he leaves.
Mm-hmm.
He has good friends.
Duty calls. He still hasn't lost faith. That's- He doesn't even blink.
He's like vegetative, right?
Mm-hmm. Damn, gone. He's really gone.
And she has no one really aside from Jorah.
Aside from Jorah, yeah.
When the sun rises in the west and sets in the east, then you shall return to me, my sun and stars.
What if it's like Sleeping Beauty, where, the kiss resuscitates him? Oh, never mind. She's gone. Never mind.
Yeah.
This is how the mob does it.
Othello.
They put a pillow over it to muffle the sound. Man, look at that. Gasping for air, drowning. Drowning above water. She's putting him out of his misery.
And her own misery.
Mm-hmm.
The thing you need to understand about kings is, past 67 years, I've truly known more kings than any man alive. Aerys Targaryen. All the thousand maladies the gods visit on us. Madness is the worst. He was a good man, such a charmer. But to watch him melt away before my eyes, consumed by dreams of fire and blood.
That's the title. Whoa! Is that Sansa?
What? No.
What the hell? Oh, it just has the same hairdo.
If a man goes through life with his battle visor down, he can often be blind to the enemies at his side. No, I serve his son, King Joffrey.
She doesn't seem interested at all.
He's a capable young man, strong military mind. Sternness in defence of the realm is no vice. It's far too soon to know what manner of king he will be, but I sense true greatness on the horizon for our new king.
He probably said that to all the kings before.
Mm-hmm. This is the girl from the north.
You're right.
You said the thing you need to understand about kings.
Things? What?
When you started, you... Never mind.
That's how I felt. I was like, all right, old man.
Till the next time.
Oh, gosh. Isn't he supposed to be like the...
What the
religious,
Wait, he's... Am I tripping, or is he playing like a role with the whole like senile old man? Because as soon as she left, he got up and he's like, ah.
Yeah, and he was probably doing
Look. Freaking imposter. Man, who can you trust?
That's what I'm saying. Isn't he supposed to be the religious, I don't know what you would call him, like a priest of sorts?
Yeah.
Does the crown fit? Do all the lords and ladies simper and bow, the ones who sneered at you for years?
It's hard for them to simper and bow without heads.
A man with great ambition and no morals, I wouldn't bet against you.
And what would you do, my friend, if you found yourself sitting up there?
I must be one of the few men in this city who doesn't want to be king.
You must be one of the few men in this city who isn't a man.
Oh yeah, he's a eunuch.
When they castrated you, did they take the pillow with the stones? I've always wondered.
Have you? Do you spend a lot of time wondering what's between my legs?
Like a woman's. Is that about right?
I am flattered, of course, to be pictured at all.
A man from another land, despised by most, feared by all.
Am I? That is good to know. Do you lie awake at night fearing my gash?
Whispering in one king's ear and then the next.
Here we stand, in mutual admiration and respect.
Playing our roles.
Serving a new king.
Long may he reign.
My king!
My lords, shall we begin?
You're Harry now, hear me? Harry the orphan boy.
Damn, she really does look like a boy now. Wow.
What's your name?
Harry.
Ari.
This lot, half of them would turn you over to the king quick as spit for a pardon, and the other half would do the same, except they'd rip you first. So keep to yourself, and when you're pissed, do it in the woods alone. Or I'll lock you in the back of the wagon with these three.
Oh, hell nah, bruh.
Watch yourself, midget. What's a gutter rat like you doing with a sword? Looks like a girl. I bet he stole that sword.
Let's have a look.
We'll take it off him. Give it here.
Poke him with it.
You better give me that sword.
You want it? I'll give it to you. I already killed one fat boy. I'm good at killing fat boys.
Oh, shit.
Oh, you like picking on the little ones, do you?
Isn't this the blacksmith?
It is.
You gonna sing when I hit you?
He might be Robert's son, one of Robert's bastard sons, remember?
The true heir to the throne?
Yeah?
Where'd you steal it?
It was a gift.
Don't matter now.
Well, I don't know. Do bastards count?
Probably not. So he's like Jon Snow, right? For Robert.
It's 1,000 leagues from here to the wall, and winter is coming.
Life was pretty miserable back then. If you really think about it, for some people, it was misery. Constant misery, no reprieve, no satisfaction, no happiness, nothing. Just survival, torture, pain, anger, and just repeats itself.
Yeah, if you're not wealthy or have status, then
you're fucked.
I mean, look at Arya.
How many days in a row must a man be expected to start his day with ham? Bring me some beer at least.
Oh, not a good treatment anymore.
Was your moonlight ride that tiring?
Oh, he knows. That's why. It's like a stern father.
We beheaded everyone that ran away for the night. Only ghosts would guard the wall.
Wow.
Honor made you leave. Honor brought you back.
My
friends brought me back. I didn't say it was your honor.
They killed my father.
Oh, and you're going to bring him back to life, are you?
That's what I'm saying.
We've had enough of that sort of thing.
Well, with what's happening at the wall, Ned Stark could have come back if they hadn't beheaded him.
A captured wildling swears the tribes are uniting in some secret stronghold. What ends, the gods only know. Because of Pike's men discovered 4 blue-eyed corpses. Unlike us, they were wise enough to burn them. Do you think your brother's war is more important than ours?
No.
When dead men and worse come hunting for us in the night, do you think it matters who sits on the Iron Throne?
Nope.
No.
Good. Because I want you and your wolf with us when we ride out beyond the wall tomorrow.
Oh, funny. What?
Night's Watch will ride in force against the wildlings, the White Walkers, and whatever else is out there.
Yes, I want to see this.
Find Benjen Stark, alive or dead. I will command them myself, so I'll only ask you once, Lord Snow. Are you a brother of the Night's Watch, or a bastard boy who wants to play at war?
Let's go. All right.
It's gonna do like a burial of sorts.
Like a ceremony, right? Oh, I see the eggs over there. The dragon eggs.
I don't understand though. Are those like decorative ones or real dragon eggs?
Drogo will have no use for dragon eggs in the Nightland. Sell them. You can return to the free cities and live as a wealthy woman for all your days.
They were not given to me to sell.
A vow to serve you, obey you, to die for you if need be. But let him go, Khaleesi. I know what you intend. Do not.
I must. You don't understand.
Don't ask me to stand aside as you climb on that pyre.
Oh, pyre. They're going to set it on fire. Wow. I always felt a little something going on there.
Well, remember her brother pointed it out that he is interested in her.
Oh, I see. I forgot.
I see the faces of slaves. I free you. Take off your collars. Go if you wish. No one will stop you. But if you stay, it will be as brothers and sisters, as husbands and wives.
She's trying to create like an egalitarian community.
Bind this woman to the pyre.
Whoa! Alive?
You swore to obey me.
Just like the burning of the witches. Right? She's gonna burn a witch at the stake. Damn.
You know
ruthless.
what? Good. I'm sorry to say.
Of House Targaryen.
She cursed her life
Blood of
on
old
purpose.
Valyria, I am the dragon's daughter, and I swear to you that those who would harm you will die screaming.
Oof.
You will not hear me scream. I will.
Oh yeah, let's see.
Your screams I want. Only your life.
Oh, you could
Let's do
only
it.
pay for life with death.
Let's do it.
Oh, yeah. But I'm so confused. She's gonna walk through the fire? Is it gonna, like, what's...
She's gonna go with him, I guess. Like, she's gonna sacrifice herself.
Well, we saw she doesn't get burned.
That's true. She doesn't get burnt.
So maybe that's why she has a lot of faith to do this?
Whoa.
Oh.
The fire spoke stronger than the faith. Ah.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Ooh.
Is it over? Oh. Damn, it burnt all night long.
But people stayed.
Mm-hmm. I think she wanted to like join him in like paradise or something where the sun.
That can't be. No.
Oh.
What is that?
Oh shit!
I just coughed.
Oh shit!
Oh my gosh! Oh, what?
The dragons hatched.
Oh, she has dragons! Dragons. 3 dragons.
All 3 of them hatched.
Oh, it's over. Targaryens are taking the throne back.
Wow. Look at that.
Wow.
Dragons are kind of undeniable, right? If you have dragons, like imagine when they grow up.
Yeah. How
Holy
long does it take
shit.
for them to grow? Look at it.
Damn, what a shot. Look at that.
Thumbnail.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Oh my god. Oh my god. What the?
It's
what in the world?
undeniable now.
Oh my god. Oh my God, what a conclusion. That's a very satisfying conclusion.
There's the fire and blood.
Season. There it is. Opens with blood and then closes with fire. What is going on? What is going on? Now we have dragons. Holy smoly guacamole.
This changes the game completely.
God.
Because now it's like that goes above and beyond all the laws of men, which is how they came to seize the throne in the first place, was having the dragons, which the northern men were talking about.
Yeah, which is what they foreshadowed, right? They said that now that there's no more dragons, the dragons are gone. Why should we bow to the Iron Throne?
Oh, man.
But then shortly after, the dragons are, in fact, not gone. They are reborn, and they're going to get big, I bet.
Oh, my God.
That's what I bet. They're going to start
how
eating
long
people.
does it take for them to get big, though?
It's probably like a dog, like a puppy, like quick.
Right now, like, even if they could spit fire and stuff, it's not going to be anything substantial.
They could grill a steak.
Yeah.
They could help you, you know. It's kind of like that episode of Pokemon, that old school one where Ash is stuck in a winter storm and he is stuck with Charmander, and Charmander has like a little bit of fire on his tail. That's what these dragons are right now for Daenerys.
Well, there's 3 of them, so 3 picanhas.
Yeah.
3 steaks.
Her stoves have like 3 settings. It's like it could be 1 dragon, 2 dragons, or 3 dragons is how you boil water.
I wonder, how do they obey? It seems like, well, she's basically their mother. Like, she birthed them.
They're going to latch onto her just like a child, I guess.
Yeah, and it's interesting because the witch lady was saying that her child came out with the skin fell away from the bones, and it was like scaly, and it was
monstrous,
and it had winged, right?
Yeah, like wings of a bat.
She's basically implying that her unborn child was like an unborn dragon, kind of, right? Like.
Yeah, what does that? Or was she speaking in riddles where she inferred that, where she predicted the birth of the dragons, but she couldn't even decipher her own riddles?
I think she literally probably did turn her child into like a monstrosity, but then it came out that way. And like you said, like what she was wearing, like that scaly looking cloth that she had.
It's she got an H&M.
Yeah, that it's all supposed to be symbolic of that she does carry dragon blood.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's why she doesn't get burned. And then that's why she does, metaphorically in this way, give birth to these dragons.
Yeah.
Through fire. And blood.
Oh man, where to start, right? Like where to start, because in many ways I feel like we're going to be reviewing the whole season, but let's just focus on episode per episode, and then we'll have a lot of time to mention things that maybe we forget. One thing that blows my mind is how well they've portrayed, and by the way, the only notes I took was soundtrack to Kingdom Regime, which I'll just cross off my list real quick and just mention that when the guy was playing that lyre instrument, that medieval stringed instrument, and producing that song, at first I thought that was Joffrey's intention on manipulating public perception, because it seems like what happens in the court, somebody reports to the public, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's like ambassadors of the people, maybe, because obviously you don't see the whole crowd of everybody who lives in King's Landing gathering at the court, but you probably have somebody who then relays the message, to the population. I thought that it was a soundtrack to the new regime, like using music to kind of like manipulate.
Yeah.
But then I found it interesting how then he cut the tongue of the musician. And so I just wrote that down. I'm like, huh.
Yeah.
So he's not as smart as I thought.
Because what happened was that guy was performing that song in a tavern, and that song is meant to be a complete kind of like disrespect towards Cersei, because the lion in the bed is Cersei that he's talking about. And then to Robert, who Joffrey still believes is his father, and is not his father.
He is not your dad,
Yeah.
kid. I'm sorry to
It's like
tell
a
you.
Murray episode.
Yeah.
You are not the father.
I see. Like, I think I was just looking into it too metaphorically with the lion in the bed. I thought it was just that his regime killed the previous king, and then Joffrey is on this sadistic run, doing this mass help me fill in the blanks, like mass indoctrination.
Like fear instilling. Yeah. But then I thought so too until he said like, "Oh, you thought you were so clever, right? Performing this in the tavern, and now perform it for me. How like and now and then the guy tried backtracking and apologizing, but then that's when he was like, "Okay, so what do you prefer, your hands or your?" Which, if I have to answer that question, right?
Tyrion answered it for us.
I think I would prefer my tongue.
You get it? Tyrion answered it for us. Loading, because he said that even the hand needs a hand.
No, I don't think I need my hands.
All right, so I'm gonna just mark that one out because I think I wrote it down because I was confused. So we got that out of the way.
Yeah.
I love the way that they portrayed how true it is when a specific regime falls, right? When a king falls, and the rule is kind of put up in the air, and everybody's dubious, and nobody really knows what's up and what's down, north from south. Like they can't really differentiate or establish a direction for the kingdom. People assume that the kingdom falls into anarchy.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's like you assume that without a president, without a ruler, without a king, everybody's going to resort to every person for themselves, and the streets are going to erupt in anarchy, and people are going to kill each other and steal and rob, and everything's going to just the world is going to end. But what actually happens, and it's proven throughout history also, is that the death of a regime or the crumbling of a system of a certain structure results in competing structures. So like that's what you see, for example, in the Gotham universe, right? So if a political figure is dethroned, or if Batman is MIA for a while, then the criminals start competing for who owns the city. So there's multiple competing factions. There's the Joker and his men, there's Two-Face and his men, there's the Penguin and his men, and all of them believe deep down, and they have their reasons to justify their legitimacy. They believe that the throne is rightfully theirs, and so they kind of enforce their own authority onto the empty void that's devoid of any power or of any ruler.
Mm-hmm.
And it also reminds me of like in England, for example, right? King Charles I, I believe it was like 1600s, mid 1600s. Charles I was notoriously, famously known for being beheaded by the Parliament of England because he was of the belief that divine right to rule does not necessarily have to synchronize with the rule of the Parliament, and the Parliament is a body of administrative rule, right? So it's comprised of different people who essentially serve as a council, right? And the beheading of Charles I literally resulted in an 11-year war afterwards because it created this void that was just too hectic and chaotic. And so there were multiple competing factions to like that time.
Yeah, no, that makes...
I'm a little rusty, and these headphones are tricky because it feels like I'm on an empty stage, and then every thought I say, I hear myself, and I hear silence, complete silence.
That way too.
And then I start hearing myself, and then I start judging myself.
No.
And then I start listening, and then I start forgetting the words. And then I start kind of like secretly hoping that Gabriella like helps me out. But she's just like looking at me.
No, I'm listening.
And then I just like start getting in my head. But like that's just some insights onto what
I
it
don't
takes
want
to
to
like
cut
do this.
you off.
No,
That's
no.
why. But yes,
I understand.
exactly. Like that's exactly what you're saying is what ends up showing here with like Ned's death, because it was like this spectacle made of it, but it was like an unjust thing that left this like vacuum that needed to be filled, because having King Robert as king for however long that they did created this sense of like familiarity and this like no confusion.
They were abiding by these preconceived notions that have always prevailed, right? In King's Landing and in this world where honor matters, virtue matters, the divine right to rule matters, doing things by the book type of thing. And then Ned Stark, even though he's not a king, he's the hand of the king. He embodies both the body politic and the body natural. And that's how monarchs are conceived of, right? Because I think it was the two-door legal theory or something. Like, it's been so long since I've been to school, but there was essentially a moment in history where they had to come together and decide, how do we convince the population that this mortal man has the divine right to rule if his body natural, if his mortal body is subject to decay, to corruption, to death, just like everybody else's. So if he's like everybody else while he's alive, why should people believe that he's above man, right? Like that he's divinely chosen.
Yeah, like how do you justify that?
Yeah, and so they've established that the king is the embodiment and the epitome of body politic and body natural. The body natural is subject to death, to decay, to sickness, which is what happens with Robert Baratheon and with Ned Stark. And then the body politic is literally the whole system of belief that the divine will to rule is chosen by God.
Yeah, and if you think about it, all that
derived
belief
from God.
Like all that belief really is the communal belief of everybody. Like as long as everybody decides that that's the case, then so it is. So then you have the example of that on the flip side now, where the northern bannermen are claiming, are announcing Robb as the king instead of Joffrey, because they're gathering together and they're like communally deciding so, because it's not like he just decided to like claim it for himself. Like he has to kind of be bestowed that honor by the people, by the body of the society that the leader is ruling.
I actually have something to say about that. I think that they chose Robb out of pure emotion.
Yeah.
Just emotional high, you know, memory, reminiscent, missing Ned Stark. So it's all of these misguided emotions that aren't really strategic in the warfaring way of seeing things, which is how they should be seeing things. So it's not very well thought out. It's more of those things where, you know, Ned Stark, for Ned Stark, we choose Robb, his son, you know, because it's just a mini me of Ned Stark.
It's just the nostalgia. And it's, I think that that's exactly why Catelyn looks concerned a little bit, and also why Robb at first is kind of like just...
He's scared.
He's scared, like he's kind of like taken aback, and now he has these shoes to fill, right? Because it's like, you don't just like get that honor bestowed upon you and then say, you know what, guys, I don't think, because then that's even more dishonorable, and then it's kind of brings shame on his dad's death and putting that in vain and all these other things, and they want to fight against the corrupted system. It's like King's Landing doesn't care about northern problems, just like they said, and just like the Lord Commander said at the Wall. The rest of the kingdoms doesn't care what's happening at the Wall or beyond it, and that's what, like, that puts everybody's life at stake. And
in many ways, that wall serves as Hadrian's Wall, right? It's this wall that defines the confines of the kingdom. So it's basically the known world is established at the limit of that wall. So anything beyond that wall is completely unknown. And that's why they're finally, at the end of the season, they're finally deciding, let's go confront the unknown and finally figure out and know what's going on. And I feel like, to your point, Jon Snow, I think his choice was to maybe not play the Game of Thrones at this point, right? Like he's choosing that, he's deciding that the smartest move is to focus on an existential crisis versus this political play that's unfolding, right? So it doesn't really matter who sits on the Iron Throne. Just like the guy said, if zombies come knocking and the undead start showing up and killing people and everybody becomes undead, right? Like people die and they get transformed into these blue-eyed zombies, then the whole political regime does not account for that happening. Just like I don't think that after how many years, it's that a century since dragons or something, right? It's been like hundreds of years or something like that. I don't know how long it's been since dragons, but they always imply that they're these ancient dinosaur things. But I doubt that the current political regime and the current political architecture is going to be able to handle fire-breathing dragons. So that might collapse completely when that gets relayed, and how quickly will that get relayed? And people might brush it off as rumors, as just myths, as just propaganda, as just fear-mongering. She's trying to convince the world that she has dragons again.
Or they might try to kill them while they're still small.
Yeah.
Like if they get a whiff of that information, then it's just a matter of they've obviously slayed the dragons before and probably more massive dragons. So it's, so then you kind of wonder if they were able to slay dragons, which is interesting because that's in the Avatar show, the Avatar, The Last Airbender, which you'll have to watch still. But there's that idea of the dragons being extinct because they were hunted down.
Oh,
and
there's
stuff.
dragons in it too?
Oh, there was dragon. Well, you'll see. I can't really say much, but yeah, it's the idea because dragons were royally divine in a way that's it can't be tamed by man. Yeah.
That's crazy because I just pieced something probably super obvious to most people, if not everybody, but that's why in Eastern culture, dragons are so prevalent because of that quote that they kept saying that the sun will rise in the west and set in the east, but the sun does rise in the east and sets in the west. So dragons were usually emblematic of the solar principle, of that power that can't be tamed, of the movement of the sun through the sky. So if you scale it, if you time lapse it, you'll see that the sun, this fireball, draws kind of like a snake-like thing because it's circular, right? So its movement develops this dragon-like entity, if you were to think of it that way.
Yeah.
And it all comes from Eastern culture. So the birth of the dragons happens in the East.
Yeah.
Which is funny because that's where the sun is born from. So, or the sun rises in the East.
Yeah, exactly.
But just quickly touching on the Robb thing, I think that they didn't get the memo yet. I feel like they don't get what's going on. It's he's still abiding by honor principles, this Aristotelian moral compass of righteousness, of doing what's just and doing what's right, even though they're not they're literally dealing with the byproducts of a hyper Machiavellian system, right? There's no honor. It's you have to be courageous as a lion and as cunning as a fox. That's what Machiavelli recommended. So be loved if you can and be feared if you must, right? And I think Robb Stark is literally filling in the same pattern that his father laid out before him.
Yeah, I think so.
The honor principle of basically walking straight into a trap, I think, straight into this idea of honor and just walking as the next victim, essentially. I think that's why the mom gets worried.
Yeah, it's like the whole trope of get your degree and make your family proud kind of thing,
Be like Papa.
But it's
it'd be like your dad.
It's very interesting though because I don't think that I think that they're still not fully understanding the politics of it, and I understand that war kind of blurs the politics a little bit because then it just becomes whoever has the bigger army or whoever could play the strategy of violence and war better. But I think that the politics do still exist, and I think that they don't really fully are comprehending, you know, just how much power that like Tywin has, for example, because of just how much money and influence and army and weaponry that they have over the northern people. And so I think that the way, like, I feel like it's just like it's just like Ned. It's like they think that they're like, they think that they're kind of like fighting against the system and doing it in the right way and stuff, which is now like striking up the bannermen and calling war and whatever. But then the idea is that you have to literally play 3-dimensional chess, and then you see that the people who do survive and the people who are the fittest to survive are the people like Varys and Littlefinger, who completely understand the calculative nature of the politics and how to like survive within it.
The cockroaches of the political system are literally the ones that play the role the best.
Yeah, but they're like modernist way of thinking, you know? It's
more sophisticated. It's like they take on roles that are calculated.
Yeah.
So just like the old guy, right? Like he pretends to be this old guy, even to the girl that he's having a pillow talk session with. He to everyone, he's just this, but then to himself, like when he's with himself, he's his true self. And so he's his true nature. And then you have Varys, who never shows his hands, and he's this like mystic eunuch character. And then you have Littlefinger, just like you're saying. So they are the masters at conforming and shaping and molding to whatever the container that contains them, like whatever shape the container is.
Ensure their own survival, like self-preservation above everything, because they have the most information about the kingdom. Think about it. Like Varys has all of his little spies, like in the form of children and stuff.
He's like Epstein.
Yeah, and like he knew about Daenerys's pregnancy from Jorah, and so it's like all of these, like they have him and Littlefinger have the most information, and Littlefinger just uses the houses, I don't want to say the word,
his adult house, entertainment houses.
Yeah, I don't know what other word you could use.
Adult entertainment house.
Yeah, but he uses those to get his information. And so it's just interesting because you would think that being like having access to that information, like if you truly wanted to serve the realm, then you would share that information and you would use it to like fight the system that you know is corrupt, but they just want to survive within it and kind of just ensure their own
self-preservation.
Yeah, like more than just survival, even like they get to be like amongst the small council for the king, whoever it is, serve whoever it is, just bow your head and know exactly how to maneuver it and play it correctly and stuff. And so they get to kind of like ensure a lavish lifestyle. It's like they don't have to be amongst those people who are fighting for their lives, just like we see Arya now is like amongst all those people in the streets.
They just hug the system. They fully embrace it, and they're kind of like the Russian aristocracy, right? They benefit from confirming with the system. But then you have Joffrey, right? Joffrey displaying the heads on the spikes. It's like surrounding King's Landing. You see the reminder to not make the same mistakes type of thing. And in England, again, like there was a time in history where the London Bridge, which I visited in 2019, I went to London. And I visited the London Bridge. And back in the good old days, you would, like if you were to seek passage through the bridge, at the entrance, you would see all of the enemies of the king, of the monarchy, or of parliament at times. I don't really remember which one it was, but you would see the enemies of the the king, their heads on spikes as you enter.
So is that what the nursery rhyme?
The bridge is coming down. Yeah. Anything that has been kind of filtered out and like nerfed for children, fairy tales and and nursery rhymes usually have a very deep
darker
and dark
tone to
origin. Yeah. So I just found that really cool how like Joffrey, is just teaching his girl like, hey, no free speech.
I know, right?
If you like words are enough to warrant physical abuse. I do like how the Hound, advises her and kind of looks out for her a little bit. I'm curious to see if the Hound is going to be a Jorah figure for her. Like there's a common pattern for me in my way of looking at it, where the female protagonists usually have like a male savior of sorts, or a secret savior, like a spy savior. So Jorah is kind of underground. He's kind of this, nebulous, to quote Michael Scott, he's kind of nebulous.
Yeah.
And then you have the Hound, who's kind of mysterious, dark. You don't know if he's a good guy, bad guy. And then you have Arya with the other guy.
Yoren.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was going to say that's very interesting because it's like it adds more value to what it is that they're doing for these people, because you're in a merciless world. There's no compassion in this world. Like it's just, everything is all about like titles and power, and it's all corrupt. And especially now, like Joffrey has completely like took the floor out from everyone. And so I think that these like acts of compassion are that much more valuable, because it's almost like it's kind of dangerous to even be that. Like you have to be the players, like you yourself have to embody the darkness that you want to fight against in a way. But then in these cases, you have it kind of like shining through the cracks in these characters, especially with the Hound, because I think he could tell that Sansa was approaching Joffrey to push him off of the ledge.
And that's why he improvised.
And he like stepped in. Yeah. And it's...
even the way he did it was in a way where he didn't announce and say like, hey, no.
Yeah,
because then Joffrey would know that her intention was to throw him off the bridge, and that would have started a whole other process of getting her head on the spike.
Like he just saved her life, because even if she did successfully like push him off of the ledge, like she would be dead for that. And
or she could have been announced by the Hound to Joffrey saying, your lady just tried to kill you.
Yeah.
And he could have played the card, that card.
Exactly, yeah.
Which is what not Peter Dinklage, that's the name of the actor I saw on the screen in the beginning.
Littlefinger. Peter Baelish.
Baelish, yeah. Peter Baelish Littlefinger, he did that thing, like he did exactly that with Ned Stark's life.
Yeah.
He announced it.
Yeah, exactly. And then with the whole like Yoren thing, like just like you're saying, it's very interesting that they kind of have these like guardians in a way, because if Arya did not have Yoren doing what he's doing, like even if it comes off like very abrasive and kind of like intimidating, because he's this intimidating man and he's cutting
rough.
Her hair with a knife, like
he's old school.
She's just this little girl. And then he's like, trying to like teach her the ins and outs, and he has to be kind of a brute about it because it is brutal. Like right off the get, her life is put in danger by these other two boys, and she's gonna have to learn to maneuver in that way and really understand what she's dealing with. And I think that that's also like an interesting parallel that's like showing with all of the characters. It's like, when Joffrey leaves and then Sansa is standing there looking at the head of the spikes of heads again, she chooses to look up at it again. Like she chooses to look up at her father's head on the spike. And I think it's because she's really absorbing and assimilating kind of like what Joffrey's game is, and like really trying to understand how she can like maneuver while being quietly resilient and still like being the future queen and his lady and whatever. And so even though she like asks him if she could just go home and she won't do any treason, in those moments where she realizes that she has no choice, like, I think that that's when she is kind of really absorbing what it is that she has to embody and
she's up against.
Take in and not be afraid of it, because that'll just make it harder.
Mm-hmm.
And then same thing with Arya. It's like she has to now take in her new surroundings. Like she's no longer a noble girl who gets treated, like keep like maintaining her safety and treated with like proper respect and
she's been stripped into a state of bare life, right?
Yeah.
Like she's been stripped of all titles, of all privileges, of all social acclaim, and now she has to literally there's a specific intellectual, I forgot their name, and I won't remember for the life of me, but the idea that gender is actually a behavioral concept. It's something that basically to be a boy and to be a girl, those are conditioned behaviors that you condition yourself, or that you are conditioned to abide by as you develop during your formative years in school, in society, at home. So mom and dad give you boy
Gender
toys,
roles, yeah.
G.I. Joe dolls versus Barbie dolls, and then gives you a miniature kitchen versus a Bob the Builder construction bench.
Mm-hmm.
And those are performative roles, right? So it's the performance of the gender roles that produces the idea and the conceptions of gender, right? And gender is not the same necessarily as sex. In that way, gender is the social projection and the social manifestation of that role. So now she is in a position of bare life, stripped of all royalty and privilege and aristocracy and nobility, and she is now also forced to gender switch, right? And that gender switch is a survival mechanism. And that's what's really interesting, is that it shows you also, if you were an alien, right, and you landed inside of Westeros or in King's Landing at that time, and you looked around, you could quickly discern that men hold the power in this universe. It's not a world ruled by a female power or a female essence, if that makes sense. And the reason I'm pointing this out is because when you see Ari now, Ari walks past that wagon that has those like men who are probably the ones who would take advantage of her, that the guy implied. Those men literally represent what the spirit of that culture is. The spirit of that culture, which was partly embodied by Robert Baratheon. Like he's a noble king, but also he's kind of a filthy scumbag a little bit, right? Like he's kind of a pig.
Objectifying women, yeah.
So that's the essence, that's the spirit of the world that she's in. And so survival in that world is literally, she has to now compete as equals to the contenders of that world.
Yeah.
Which are the boys.
Yeah, it's very interesting you say that, because I think that that's exactly something to like really be observant about as we continue watching the show, because I don't think that it's true to say that women have no power, because you
didn't say that.
Not saying that you said that, but I'm just saying that like, because you can have like very influential women like Cersei, for example, who can completely influence the dynamics of the politics and who's on the throne and manipulate in like that silent way that women are able to do in this sense. And then like Catelyn doing it by holding Tyrion hostage and holding Jaime hostage and stuff. So
and upkeeping her own image too. Like she upkeeps herself in this very stately manner.
But I think that I think that you can't deny the patriarchy, right? You can't deny that it's a man's world. And then just like you're saying, like Arya's only form of survival now is to literally become a boy, because if not, she would either be turned into the crown, just like Yoren said, or like you said, she would be taken advantage of and killed, and then that's it. And so at least if she's a boy, she can fight for herself and like in a way, which is why she still has her needle and stuff, and she's not afraid to kind of like defend herself. And I think that it actually works in alignment with kind of like her core essence already.
She's always been kind of like a tomboy, right?
It's not like a Sansa who would probably have to
who's a
really
lady archetype.
Yeah, like figure out how to make that miraculous shift from like womanly, you know, gender role of like the proper lady and becoming a princess and all of these things versus Arya, who's already kind of like
leaning towards her brothers always, right? Like she's always been kind of present with her brothers during archery training, during combat training probably. And she wants to play with her brothers, while Sansa was always physically present, but maybe mentally she was always fantasizing about a better future, about being a queen, about romanticizing the courtly life in King's Landing. So she was ideologically possessed, I guess. And like that was by default, out of necessity, out of a need for continuity of lineage, of political structure.
Yeah, and like dreaming, right? Like
Dreaming
just like girls dream of like marriages and stuff. It's the same concept. But then it's also interesting to think about this, right? Like they are all processing the trauma of their dad dying, right? And in Sansa's case, like it opens up with the scene of her passing out because she literally sees her father's head getting dismembered from his body. And then on top of it, now she has to like look at his head on a spike and next to the septa, which is interesting because you mentioned the wall of these like heads of spikes and like why that's symbolic. And I think it's very symbolic in the sense that you have a nobleman like Ned who's supposed to be buried properly in the crypt of his house in Winterfell. But instead his head is on a spike next to like all of these other heads. God knows who these other people are aside from the septa. And so it's like literally blurring the lines of classism, and it's literally Joffrey saying, like using fear as like a universal language that applies to everybody. It's like nobody is safe, and that's what he's communicating. And so everybody, it doesn't matter if you're a septa who's literally an innocent woman, like
who's like a nun, right?
Yeah, like she would just care for the girls and stuff, and that's why she went with them to King's Landing. So you have like innocent heads on the wall, and you have noblemen's heads, like Lord Liege, like that's literally what Ned was. He was a lord of Winterfell, like a very highly respected man, and his head is on a spike. And so it's almost like it's literally just showing them as like meat bodies. It's like their titles mean nothing because Joffrey is putting titles and status and power and all of these things like beneath him, and deciding that like his cruelty and like having no shame and like being shameless in his cruelty is what will give him the most power. And like I think that's like what he's really establishing for himself.
In Ned Stark's display, right, this pedagogical display that's meant to instruct the people of King's Landing, and it's meant to inform and educate, just as public spectacles of executions back in the day throughout history has always served as a educational tool in the political realm, right? Like it's to educate the masses and to remind them the king has the right to decide who lives and who dies, and the king holds absolute power because of that, right? It kind of reminds me of the Jesus story, right? Jesus was crucified and he was in the company of lesser men, right? One guy was freed when I think it was Pontius Pilate, right? He asked the crowd, would you rather me have this murderer, thief freed, this despicable, low-life human being, or this honorable man, this virtuous king, right?
Barbados was his name?
Yeah.
I think, I don't remember. Yeah.
And then it was the same thing. So the equivalent for me and the analogy for me in my head is the head on the spike thing. It's the crucifixion with the head on the spike.
Yeah.
It's the same kind of like feeling of like, wow, like you don't expect to see a godly, good man, virtuous man, honorable man receiving that end to his life. So it kind of scares everybody from even attempting. Like, don't even try to go down the Ned Stark university path. Like, don't try to be like Ned Stark.
Yeah.
Like, don't learn virtue. Don't learn honor. It means nothing here. And if you do, you'll probably end up like him.
Yeah, and that's exactly what is like
fear mongering.
Really putting the fire underneath the northern men's like wings a little bit. It's kind of like Ned Stark's honor and the honor that a king is supposed to uphold by, you know, having mercy, like being able to show mercy, or at least like justice, and not just like completely go against the
whims,
the system. Yeah, like just following whims.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's what the northern men are so kind of like driven by. It's like this idea that why do they want to exist within a system that doesn't care about their values? So it's like,
they don't feel represented at that point.
It's like they don't care about the threats in the north, the wildlings, which the girl who is now like taking care of Bran, like she's a wildling and she knows the ways of life beyond the wall and stuff. And then there's the White Walkers, and then there's like all of these threats in the north, the extreme winters and stuff. But the southern people don't care about that at all. And like that's what the northern men point out. They were like, well, why do we even want Renly or Stannis or like these people who don't understand our kind of part of the nation,
way of life even. Yeah.
And then it makes you think, it's like at one point it used to be 7 kingdoms, and like that's why it says they rule the 7 kingdoms, right? And now it's
7
just
gods.
one. But it's like, why doesn't it like resort back to that? Like, why don't people reclaim kind of like independency and
become the United States of America?
Yeah, and just like be able to like govern themselves a little bit, because each like faction of the kingdoms has their own problems and has their own beliefs and their own values, obviously. And so it's kind of like, it should just be that way, where it's like every faction, every
what you
kingdom
just said
for themselves
is literally probably a verbatim what somebody hundreds of years ago said to someone else, and then all of a sudden you had like democracy born, and you had states.
I know, because
established in cities and municipal, stately, federal level. It's like that's the whole point, is that you deal with the problems of your territory. And if you do that well, or just well enough, you keep people from rebellion.
Yeah, I think you can have like universal laws, which I think already exist, right? It's like, don't just like wrongfully kill people. And
human rights.
Yeah, I think
United Nations.
There is moral universal laws that we all should abide by. It doesn't matter who's ruling, right? But then that's the idea, is that, you know, I do think that each place has its own. It's just like natural selection, kind of too.
Its own needs, requirements,
adaptability. Yeah.
Yes.
But then one quick thing I wanted to point out though is like about that is that it's interesting. Really quick, tracing back, because my thoughts are like all over the place. But tracing back to the Sansa looking at her father's head on the spike and the septa. And then contrasting that with like Arya, who's like fighting for her life on the streets now. It's just interesting to think about how I don't think that there's any comparison in terms of like what they're now going through in order to survive and stuff, and what they have to endure. Because you can argue, oh, well, Sansa gets to be in a castle and she still gets to be treated properly and has that like assurance of safety because she's still a noble lady and stuff. But then she's constantly being tormented by the fear of Joffrey, right? It's like, and his unpredictable, chaotic nature. And so that's scary. Like, so you really can't even like compare like the way that they have to survive. Like Arya's might seem really dire because she's in the streets and it's unpredictable and it's all these like parts of the variables in this equation. But then on the other hand, like it's just as scary to be in Sansa's shoes. And I think it's just very interesting, like how they all have to adapt now. It's like there is no more security of
Idealism.
the protector of the father. Yeah.
There's no idealism. There's no fairy tale.
Yeah.
All of it, the collapse of innocence has completely
Yeah.
happened, I think, for the whole family.
And like that's the problem is that in the North,
sure.
they do uphold honor and integrity and stuff. But then the problem is that doesn't survive in this new world that they're living and existing in King's Landing and stuff. And so it's like you have to be able to, you can't be like Robb either, who's still upholding the honorable. Because if it were me, like honestly, if I were Robb, I would have killed Jamie.
Yeah,
I would have
right
killed
there.
Jamie. I would have like,
And
I
sent
would have been
his
like,
head
you
in the
know
box."
what? Here, like let's. Well, if you decide to choose the path of vengeance, right? Like if you're gonna choose it, then you have to play just as hard as they do. Like that's the idea.
Isn't that the code of Hammurabi?
Yeah, eye for an eye. Yeah.
And some people say an eye for an eye makes the
But
world go
it's
blind.
already inevitable though.
The
like,
world's already blind.
It's like
at that point.
in this case, like war is already inevitable. Like it's already
Regardless.
at an eye for an eye because Joffrey made a permanent decision. Like he chose finality by killing Ned. It's like a final permanent choice. You can't, it's irreversible.
And he promised mercy too.
Yeah.
And he was he was counseled to do something different.
And so the idea is like you can only meet finality with the same like
Fire with fire.
force, like which is now war. It's violence. People are gonna die. People are gonna lose their life. And so it's kind of like
There's no peace anymore. There's no brokering peace.
but there's still like I feel like they're because they uphold honor so much, they're still upholding the honor by just like keeping Jamie captive because I get it, like they're scared for like Sansa and Arya's life, but it's like at this rate, they're like, I don't know, like, yeah, I guess it's hard. It's like, it's the
if you deliver
utilitarian.
Jamie's head to Cersei.
I know, I
And
understand.
considering how close they are, Cersei might do it herself. Like she might rip Sansa's head off with her bare hands.
I know, I understand that, but then
And
it's
then
like,
it's just like violence begets more violence. But I
it's
get what
already
you're
at
saying.
that point though.
I get what you're saying, yeah. But I guess that their hope is in the typical chivalric fashion. They're thinking about saving the princess, maybe, because like back then during medieval times, that was the premise of most things, is that you save the princess or the damsel in distress.
Why
so
wouldn't-
Sansa becomes like this character that plays the role of a damsel in distress.
I don't think that, I don't think that Tywin, sorry, I'll say it super quick, but I don't think that Tywin is the type to like wager that negotiation where it's like, okay, we'll give them Sansa and we get Jamie back. No, because they already crossed the line to him by capturing his son and like tarnishing the name of the Lannisters, not once, but twice capturing the Lannisters without any like jurisdiction kind of to do that. And so I think that's a Tywin. It literally doesn't matter. Like they already crossed a line, like holding him captive.
And Jamie is Tywin's legitimate heir.
Yeah, and
right?
he's.
It's a projection
I don't
of who
think
he is.
that he would care to negotiate for Sansa's life and like do that like swap, anyways.
What's funny too that I just want to mention, which I almost forgot, is that during the American Civil War, I believe, women were disguising themselves as men in order to help in the war. So that's a little thing that also reminded me of the whole Ari situation. Like she has to take up arms and she has to take up a whole new gender identity, a whole new role in life. And I thought that was really cool. I think the last thing I have to say is regarding Joffrey. His thirst for blood now is very obvious, right? And that's what makes him dangerous, is that he is enlivened by the adrenaline of taking life, right? He's never done it before, and he's doing it now, and he felt the command over someone's life, and he felt that high and that sense of power. And during medieval times, that's essentially what political leaders would rely on, is the public spectacle, especially execution. And the modern world is more defined by, I guess I'd call it disciplinary surveillance, if that makes sense. So it's more of like policing, right? It's more of policing, surveillance systems, see something, say something, type of way of doing it versus the public spectacle. But during the French Revolution, they literally made the guillotine, right, that they used to chop heads off. They used that and made it into a symbol of cleansing during that time. So they used decapitation as a form of cleansing, as a form of purifying an otherwise impure state, which was the whole premise behind the French Revolution. Let them eat cake, right? It's the nobility is feasting while the common folk are all struggling and impoverished. So I really like that parallel where you can literally take something as horrific as a decapitation and you can leverage and elevate it to a position of a symbol of cleansing, of purification, or you can abuse the symbol and weaponize it for your own whims, just like Joffrey has done with his spectacle concerning Ned Stark.
Yeah.
And I just like that because even if you think back to the Sun King, right, to Louis XIV, the Sun King, he understood the power of spectacles, of portrayal. Like we've been talking about how the people of the court, they adapt and they take on different roles and different identities and different personas in order to accommodate for whoever is ruling. And the Sun King, he did that very well. Like he understood that most of his court members were keen on human nature and they were really good at deciphering what the past kings or what humans you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Deciphering human nature. And so the Sun King, decidingly knowing that, was notoriously this like stoic, kind of like stale-faced,
calculated,
posed. You can never know what he was thinking. You can never know what he was feeling. And that added to his, to the fear of the people around him because they never knew if he was having a good day or a bad day. And he constructed the Palace of Versailles in order to really, 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 really focus on spectacle. So to the point where the common people, they looked forward to witnessing and seeing the royal family. Royalty, to like witnessing royalty, became the main spectacle of their lives because of the infrastructure that was built around it. So that's how important spectacle was in justifying monarchy in the past. And then you see the same kind of equation happening a little bit, the same recipe, I'd say, happening a little bit with the Baylor episode where everything's done on the steps of Baylor, and it's a religious site.
Yeah.
And it's flanked by religious authorities, by the political council, by the common folk, by different factions of people.
Yeah, just like
and it's all spectacle is my point.
The crucifixion of Jesus, right? It's
all
like
of the martyr saints, Joan d'Arc, right? Joanne d'Arc, like how do you say her name?
I don't know. I don't know. Joan d'Arc, I think.
Her story is interesting because she was basically burned at the stake, which also, and I think I'm thinking of her because of the witch who was burned at the stake, and then she was considered a witch at the time of her burning and for a long period of time afterwards. And then it was only hundreds of years later that the church decided to canonize her as a martyr saint. So she spent, metaphorically, she spent years with her head on a spike before it was re-evaluated. The symbolism became converted into something else.
Because people become more like conscious and aware of their, of like what's happening around them, because I think just like you're saying, like there's a lot of spectacle and then it seems like the population gets lost in that spectacle and they don't really rationalize what is going on. And so even when Tyrion like drops the cup and he's like, there, that's your piece. Like that's what happened when Joffrey, cut Ned Stark's head off of his body and stuff. And I think it's very interesting because you have someone like Tywin who you could say is like equally as ruthless in a way, like in his nature, he has like a ruthless nature, but he's more calculative. Whereas Joffrey is just like it's almost like irrational. Like it's almost erratic. It's very uncontrollable. It doesn't have limits. It doesn't have constraint. And I think that a leader needs that. And so in like Tywin's case, like you kind of hate him because he is a cruel person. Like we've heard the stories of his own type of cruelty and stuff, like towards his own son even. But you can respect his like effectiveness, and you could respect his kind of like
wisdom.
Yeah, like his like the calculations of it. It's more thought out. It's more like processed. And I think that that's what a lot of people are lacking. And so that's why Joffrey's rule, like it could work out, like it could really work out where people are just completely fearful of him. But I don't think that fear equals automatic respect.
It doesn't. And spectacle public executions were usually done in order to restore the faith in the regime that was in power.
Yeah.
And that's the whole scapegoating thing, right? It's like the body becomes the canvas upon which the sins of the people or the sins of the kingdom are inscripted upon. And then the king sacrifices that lamb, and then everybody rejoices because they've channeled all of their frustrations, all of their inadequacies onto that corpse. And then the corpse becomes emblematic of a turning of event, a cosmogonic rebirth, which is what happens with Daenerys. Daenerys also relies on spectacle, but hers is more of a mythical rebirth of a charismatic leader, right? It's the rise of a phoenix from the flames. It's godly, right? Like it's godlike.
Yeah.
It's defying the laws, not only the political laws, but the universal, like real life laws, physics, science obviously wasn't a thing back then, or maybe it was, but in different connotations like alchemy and stuff. But the idea is that she's defying the gods, the seven gods, by presenting a miracle. And the miracle itself is a spectacle. And the spectacle is a miracle.
Yeah, like she literally bends physics to her will. And
which is Christ too. Like Christ, the spectacle is a miracle and the miracle is a spectacle.
Yeah. And then what's interesting about like, that's like the biggest thing we have to talk about, right? It's like the finale is literally this rebirth moment. It's the birth of dragons. It's literally this spectacle. It's the biggest kind of like, new stage that it's setting. And I think it's very interesting because it's almost like, look, at this point, she had nothing else to lose, nothing. So if it worked out or didn't, but like that shows like just how much belief and faith that she had in like her own destiny and being able to like forge it completely herself. And it's very interesting because it's like, having nothing to lose only gives you like the potential to gain anything and also to be anything that you decide. And I think it like she literally forges that from the ashes that she like walks through and like burns, like that the fire burns and stuff. And
it strips her away from all worldly attachments.
Yeah.
If you think about her sacrificing Drogo, sacrificing the witch, and sacrificing herself. So in many ways, the body that she enters the pyre with is not the same body that is thereafter.
That emerges, from the ashes. And exactly. And
it's forged, just like you said, like the spirit, just like a sword.
Yeah.
It's like back then, like a blacksmith, right? It's like you forge it in fire. It's molded, it's shaped by the heat. And then whatever came out then is different than what you put in.
It's so crazy because it's like the dragons were born, right? But she is literally reborn in a way. Like she doesn't have any clothes. Like it's obviously showing this. Like she's also like emerging, like she emerges from like the position of like a fetus almost, and she's naked, and then it's like it's very interesting because.
And the series opens with her naked.
Yeah, exactly.
Her naked, scared, innocent, quiet, all these qualities, kind of squeamish is the word?
Timid.
Timid.
Yeah.
scared of the world. And then here you see her go like finish naked, but she's seasoned,
empowered. Yeah.
Yeah.
And here's the crazy thing that I like really took away from that is that if she continued on in the world, right, without making this bold move of doing this spectacle and stuff, she would have been killed by the Khalasar. Like she would have been raped or killed, or just like Arya would be if Arya was a girl in the streets. And so like that's why she has to disguise herself. Like women are not treated respectfully, no matter if she was married to the Khal. The Khal is dead. And so she has no protection anymore. And so at this point, it's almost like the world that she knows, like she's well aware of the world that exists around her, like in this foreign land that she's in, and who the people that she's dealing with. And so to be able to like choose to step into the unknown, which could be even scarier, like it could have other consequences, kind of, is
she's not guaranteed anything.
Yeah, like it shows like the confidence, like it shows it's like what you're willing to like put at the stake, like what you're really willing to like
it's the
trade away.
It's the Heidegger's leap of faith into the thrownness of life type of thing. And a parallel is Cersei, because Cersei, you see her by the side of Robert when he's king, and then you see her by the side of Joffrey when he's king. I think that even if it wasn't Joffrey, her own son, she would have found a way to politically infiltrate and establish herself as like a mistress or something of the next soon-to-be king if she caught whiff that her king was soon to be dethroned.
Yeah.
And this other prospect of a king is up and coming. She would find a way to Littlefinger her way into infiltrating that person's life and then securing her position as that person's queen so that she stays and retains her position of power. That's keeping to the tradition of believing that her only way to hold power, even for a little bit, is by being the side character in somebody else's main story. But then Daenerys doesn't do that. Even seeing Khal Drogo dying and in a vegetative state, she could have offered herself to the next Khalasar who's going to lead the people, and she could have continued that perpetual cycle. And she could have just embodied that role and clinged onto that role. But her whole thing in the fire and with the expelling and the burning away of all of her identity is part of it is to let go of her identity as whatever she was before she stepped into it. So it's the crumbling of the whole social paradigm of the Khal Drogo people. And then now that she has dragons, again, no political framework, I don't think, that exists in that world today. When that happens, I don't think any of it is able to accommodate dragons. So her only choice, in my way of seeing it, is that now she has the leverage and the tools, and she plays it smart enough, just like you said, like wait until the dragons get a little bit bigger, more monstrous, more intimidating, capable of annihilating armies. Then you present yourself as someone who's contending for the role. But you bring your political structure. So now she's kind of in the desert, right? She's having her desert moment. She doesn't have that many followers. She doesn't have much support. She doesn't have much security, much proof of anything, much proof of a good future, any of that. She's literally forced now to construct nuance, and she births like these dragons, and so she's gonna have to birth a new identity, a new system, a new political everything.
And then just like you said, like she goes from instead of like being entrapped in that like victim mindset and continuing to be like a commodity, which is what her brother treated her as, was, you know, just something to trade and whatever, exchange away to another man and to another man, etc.
Just like Sansa.
She just like strips all of those like identities, like the sister, the wife of the Khalasar, the woman, the victim, all of these things, and just strips it all away. And now it's like literally deciding and becoming like an author of your own destiny is what she does. It's like creating her own, like it's not even political anymore. Like this doesn't exist in any political.
This is existential.
System.
This is
like,
mythical.
This is like cosmic. It's like
religious.
It becomes
she's like a messiah. She's the prophet that was foretold who would come descending upon 3 dragons. You know, like she's something like that.
I wonder what's his name in the Night's Watch? Is his name Aegon?
Oh, the old dude, the super old dude.
Aegon. I don't know if his name is Aegon. The names are tricky, but
the old dude.
I wonder what he would think to know that his family's like legacy lives on and like there's dragons. I mean, he probably doesn't care as much because they're very like duty bound to the wall and they understand like but man, leveraging the dragons for the protection that they might need on the wall, like that could be crazy, right?
Yeah.
Like that could be like, that's pretty big. It's just interesting because just like we saw with the Lord Commander saying, it's like all of the everything becomes so like trivial in comparison to like these bigger threats. And now with the dragons, it's like all of the political nonsense, like who gets the throne and stuff. It's like, it's going to become so like so tiny, like so minuscule compared to this new. It's crazy.
It's
I
kind
think
of like that scene in Dune Part 2 where he tells that old lady silence. You know, he's like silence.
Yeah. When he's riding
like,
the freaking sandworm,
talking and barking and stuff, and he's like silence. And then she's like scared of him because all of a sudden his voice, you know, carries this weight.
That's what I mean. It's the prophecy. It's like it's a prophet nature. I think that her embodying that now, and it's interesting because like she gave them a choice, but it's almost like she already knew like how it was going to pan out. Like she might have not known that the dragons would be born, but she did know that she would come out of the fire unscathed. Like I think she knew that. She had a firm belief in that. Like that's why when she watches her brother like get the golden crown melted on his head,
that was good.
She says that he doesn't have the blood of the dragon.
Oh, you're right. I didn't even think about it until now.
And then when her hands don't get burned, I think she just knows. Like she knows that she carries that bloodline, and she knows that she can't be touched by fire. Like, and I think that that's what'll kind of like make the dragons like I'm sure they're already like loyal to her, but in a way like they can't even hurt her, right? It's like
I don't think they would.
Their fire can't do anything to her, so
they
it's
probably
like
see her as mommy, you know, like
is she immortal? Like what is? Well, she's not immortal because she could probably die by other means, but she can't be burned.
Yeah, like maybe she's immune to fire.
Like that's crazy. That's a
cool superpower to have.
That's like magical. Like
I would be the best chef in Chef Gordon's kitchen.
Isn't that what this world needs though?
I'd be like, you know, like I could do everything without getting burnt.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like that's what this world, like this Westeros world is needing now. It's like, it's just something magical and undeniable because, you know, you have people like Joffrey and like all of these like manipulative players who are trying to like, you know, seize power and think that they're playing like chess and stuff, and they think that they're untouchable and they, you know, can't be harmed. But then it's like, nah, like not in a world with
dragons.
Not in a world where dragons exist. And like that's what, like I'm excited for that. Like I'm excited now. I mean, I don't know if I'm more excited about this or like, because I can't really feel excited about Robb being titled the King in the North, because it's like,
I don't feel anything real. Like the character, the faction that I'm rooting for, I guess, is Jon Snow. I hope he finds his uncle.
Yeah.
I'm very curious to uncover the mysteries behind behind the wall. Daenerys, I'm very interested in to see how the dragons develop and how that plays a role now, just like you're saying. I am interested in Joffrey. I'm curious to see what he does, because it's kind of like a train wreck. Like you can't look away. You know, it's a car accident on the side of the road. Like you have to slow down to see like how bad it was. I'm curious, but then Robb Stark, I'm kind of like, because of that feeling that I told you that I had is I know that his coronation is founded on emotion and purely on emotion and on nostalgic and Aristotelian principles in a Machiavellian world. It just doesn't, the shoe doesn't fit. And so to me, like something is bound to go wrong.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't think, and you see how he mourns and grieves too. Like he's still pretty much a child. He's throwing a temper tantrum. He's injuring the trees, which in some symbolic way, like maybe that bites him in the butt somehow because he's injuring the old gods, the same trees that his father would worship. You know, nature. I don't know. Like I don't think that he has that calm and composed look in his eye of someone who's going to avenge his father. I feel like he has a look in his eye of someone who is going to be somewhat suicidal in his pursuit of revenge. You know, it's kind of like that old story. It's revenge doesn't always taste warm and nice and fuzzy inside. It's usually a plate that's served cold.
Yeah, like revenge is just you trying to like it's you like sacrificing a future, like an actual reliable, better future, a
all
healthier
of the potential of a better
alternative.
future.
Yeah, and doing it because of a past thing,
Choosing a pattern from the past and then perpetuating it in new ways, right? Like people get killed, and just like we said, like if he kills Jaime, they'll kill Sansa. He sends a head in the box, they'll send one back, and then it's just the same game type of thing. I think that the antidote to revenge is acceptance.
Because and I think that at this point, like it's completely irreversible now because you have it's taken very seriously to, you know, have these like oaths in place and have these structures in place of like a hierarchy where the king is on top and stuff. But for them to now declare Robb as the king in the north, it like completely shifts them from just being like a rebellion to being, they're literally rivaling, they're literally becoming enemies of the crown.
Yeah.
And so now it's no longer, Robb is no longer a rebellious son who's like trying to just get vengeance on his father. Like if word gets out that he's being declared king in the north,
he's establishing sovereignty.
Yeah, it's like now like now you're literally making yourself a rival to Joffrey. I think that that's why it showed us like the clear division between like Jon Snow and Robb. I think that I really want to see where it goes though. I really want to see like how they pull it off because again, it's like maybe they could have negotiated before any of the battling and before any of the war to, you know, get Sansa back and just go back to Winterfell and just handle their things again and whatever. But now it's like it's like out of the question now. Like I don't think that Sansa will ever be re-exchanged back to them. Like she'll have to escape somehow.
And also the siblings of Robert Baratheon, the Baratheon brothers, they're competing against each other for who has legitimacy over the throne. And now that Robb has established himself as a sovereignty away from King's Landing, he's literally established an extra divide now. So he's not only anti-Lannister, which was the beginning of it, right? It's like let's all the Seven Kingdoms or all the realm, right? Aside from the Lannisters, let's all group and fight this evil, which is the Lannister, and restore the rightful balance and the rightful heir. All of them are now just deciding that they are establishing their own sovereignty. And by Robb and the people in the north doing that, now they're automatically against the Baratheons, and they're against the Lannisters, and they're against the house in the Vale.
Yeah.
Right? They're against the Vale. They're against all of the little kingdoms.
Yeah.
So that's my point, is that he's performing an emotional, grievance-ridden version of Joffrey, of what Joffrey did.
Yeah, it's not thought out. It's not
thought out. Yeah.
And like that's
it's emotional.
That's what ended Ned getting like executed. Is that like his like honor code, like everything that he followed, like his traditions, right? Because that's how Robert sees the throne. It was through war. So they're thinking that like war is the answer and then things will be resolved and Joffrey won't be king. But then it's like, who steps in after that? It's not like they're saying that Robb is going to be king of all the kingdoms. They're just saying they want him to be the king of the north.
Yeah.
And so they're not even thinking about like, okay, but who is going to be king on the Iron Throne? Like they're not thinking about the rest of the kingdoms, which is important to like take into account. It's like all the other people, like who rules over all of the other people, because that still influences and affects the north regardless. It affects everybody. And so
the one who was actually thinking like that is probably Jon Snow, I think, because Jon Snow, just like the captain of the wall guy, the commander, Lord Commander said that honor made him leave, but honor made him return.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that Jon Snow, if it was Ned Stark, he would have continued riding back to King's Landing or back to Robb and been at his side to help rescue his sisters. And I think Ned Stark would have continued riding. I think Jon Snow is someone who's more present, and I think his honor is more contingent on what is right in that moment. So when he sees his friends getting hurt, or he sees specifically Tarly, is his name Tarly? Samuel Tarly. He sees him fall off his horse. That compels him to stay with his brothers and to be honorable in a way that services the people that need him right now in this moment, versus an ideal of riding into Robb's land, riding into King's Landing, being honorable. To me, Jon Snow perfects that honor system a little further by doing the right thing.
But can I say this? I don't think that Ned would abandon his duty on the wall. I think that Ned had honor like so much so where it like the duty was what was like always upkept. So if he was on the wall, he would be like the Mormont commander and the Targaryen. It's like, I'm here, so I have to be here. Like I gave up my titles, I gave up, so I can't be preoccupied in that. But
because otherwise he would have saved his daughters by playing the political game if he was family bound, but he's duty bound. Yeah.
Duty bound. So I think that's where Jon does get his like
sense of duty and honor from.
Yeah, so it's like choosing the healthier alternatives, because even Ned didn't want to like wage war. Like he was trying to like, help Cersei kind of like leave and like just introduce the rightful king to the throne, which he was saying is Stannis, like not even Renly, who tried to persuade him, who's on the council already, who seems like a good fit. Like he seems like a kind, virtuous person. Like he doesn't seem like violent or anything or harsh or whatever. But then for Ned, it's like, no, it has to be Stannis because that's the rightful heir. And so
by the rule book, he was literally playing it by the book.
Yeah. So he's literally like, whatever your oaths are. So in that way, like Robb is already not like following in the honor footsteps in that way. And I think that, I don't think that Ned would be the type to hold anybody captive the way that his wife did with Tyrion, the way that Catelyn did with Tyrion, and the way that they're doing now with Jaime. I think that he's like, I don't know, like that's why I'm really trying to figure out what their game is going to be.
Yeah.
But then
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, but then with...
Oh man, it's just so many moving pieces and my brain is like half a fart right now.
I know, but we're going to wrap it up now after this one.
It's like 12 a.m. guys, so bear with me.
But Jon, I think, made the right choice. I think it's the healthier alternative. And I think it's symbolic too, because at this point, like his last kind of tie to the world, like his blood father, who now he's like... Think about this, like Catelyn already doesn't love him and has already kind of treated him as like
Ned?
No, Jon.
Oh, Jon.
Yeah,
okay,
like already doesn't love him and has treated him as like subpar and like in comparison to her children and stuff. And so
yeah, he's not doing anything.
He doesn't need to uphold the Stark name, because the last of like his Stark kind of lineage died with his dad. Like that was that was his only tie, really. Like think about that. Like obviously he has his brothers and his sisters and stuff, but it's like that's because of his dad. Like it's because his dad was his dad. Because his
dad was always intervening and always saying he's just as much your brother as Robb is your brother. So treat him as family. And otherwise, maybe the kids were always being like you're just a bastard. Like you don't get to play with us. You don't get to sit with us. You know, like who knows?
Bastards are not treated like nobility. They're treated like the Gendry kid. They just become whatever. They just have to work in like on the streets. Yeah. So it's like at this point, like what would Jon be like? What would he really be like giving himself by even doing that? And obviously it's not about that, but it like adds to it too. It's like his father's death now. It's like it's so trivial knowing like all of the things that exist beyond the wall, and also that prospect too. It's like it gives him like a newfound purpose. It's, you know, being able to explore something outside of everything you've known and that you already see is like falling all apart. It's like crumbling, like all of the politics of the lands and stuff. And
so now, in many ways you could link both of them together, right?
Yeah.
You could link Daenerys with Jon Snow in that sense of not feeling like you belong to any pre-established system, and then having to kind of pursue your own system and chase nuance in that way. And then you have Robb and Joffrey who are acting emotionally. It's like emotional impulse. And these four are the competing rulers or the competing powers for the vacant void that has been left by the decapitation of the procedural body politic, that Ned's body representing the hand of the king, the administrative due process, the orderly by the book way of doing things gets decapitated, and then now there's a competing tension between all of them, but they share similarities in that way, I think.
And it's crazy to think that like all of the bad things that are unraveling, like everything that's unraveling is because of the Lannisters trying to keep their secret about the
incest.
Yeah, about the incest and the kids not being the heirs to the throne. It's like not being related to Robert, because it started with the first episode, like pushing Bran out of the window. Like that's why Catelyn asked Jaime. She's like, "Why? Like why? Like why did you do that?" You know?
Mm-hmm.
And he still doesn't say it. It's like they're so adamant on literally like doing everything, like the unforgivable, like the
to preserve,
like really
self-preservation,
like
in a
just
way.
to like hold this secret, like take it to the grave kind of. And it's like, but it's all because of this, like all because of their incestual relationship, that everything is in shambles right now. People
were actually pointing out in the last episode that we were assuming that Walter Frey's family was all just inbred people, and we got a little bit of fire for that. But it's just because our brains have been primed by this series to believe that there is no separation. You know, like there's no like.
Hold on, no, the Walter Frey guy, his own daughter, he was like, "Her honey is all mine," and then he like smacked her on the butt.
Come on, yeah.
And you want me to think that he's not intimate with his daughters? Like I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, like it's just everything is nebulous.
Somebody,
to quote Michael Scott again.
Yeah, and then somebody was like, inbred, but they spelled it like bread, like the bread you eat. And I was like,
the bread I eat doesn't have that
in bagel, in bread,
in
what
sourdough.
Else?
But yeah, I need to kind of process this. Oh, and we're gonna do the lore,
history and lore. Yeah,
history and lore for season 1.
Yes, we are gonna do that.
So we'll probably do that. If not tomorrow, then the day after we'll do it.
Yeah,
and then we'll post it also, because then it'll answer a lot of these questions that we have, and it'll also arm us with more goodies so that we can enter the second season completely capable of understanding it.
And I think apparently it's voiced by the actors in the show. Ooh. Yeah, so that it's literally kind of like, it's know, official. Those like after footage of the
behind the
movies,
scenes.
Yeah, behind the scenes and stuff.
Oh, it's official. I thought it was just some like YouTuber that like made it or something.
So I'm really excited because like that's how people like explained it to us, is that they got the actors to like voice the narration of it, of like the history and the lore for each season, and like really add details to it.
So we'll do that, and we'll post it. Yeah.
I wanted to point out before we like wrap everything up, I love that, you know, right before Bran and Rickon find out that their dad officially died, like get the official news and stuff, that they, in their dreams, received like visions of their father in the crypt of Winterfell. And I think that that's like what Jaime said about like, where were your God's woods, like in the South and stuff. Like, I don't think it's fair to say like, oh, how could there be God if injustice exists or if evil exists and stuff? Because just like Catelyn said, it exists because of men like you. It's man that creates injustice and corruption, and not the universe or God. Like, that's not the, like,
because God gives us with free will.
Yeah,
and you have a choice.
Yeah, we choose the corruption. Like, we choose the evil ways. Like, we choose
the pleasures of the skin, the obsession with chaos, the obsession with power, ignorance, decidingly being ignorant towards truth, and then that's why they say like know thyself, and that's the entirety of the law, right? Like, you have to know yourself, and to know yourself, through knowing yourself, you end up eventually knowing what you call God, or the God of your own understanding, type of thing.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. And then like that to me was like just a telling sign that, you know, there is like something higher, like for like Bran and Rickon, for example, like there is like a spiritual essence to it, because they were communicated it in their dreams, which are supposed to be prophetic too, with the three-eyed raven, and Bran still being able to walk in his dreams, and then seeing their father in the crypt and knowing, like, kind of getting that message that he's passed on and stuff. And then you have, like, you start to think like, okay, maybe his head is on a spike, and like, but that's just his carnivorous, like, that's just his carnal body. But like, his spirit obviously has already gone to where it's like been called to go, which is laying to rest with the rest of his family.
And it's also a way for maybe his spirit to console the soul of the youngest of his children.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So like through dreams, you can kind of ease children, even through nightmares. Like you can better expose them to the terrors of the world through dreams and through simulated realities that then allow them to grasp the truth with a more more command, if that makes sense. Like versus Bronn is his name.
Bran, yeah.
Bronn is the other one, right?
Bronn is the guy.
Bran and what's his
Rickon.
Rickon. Oh my god, I'm literally half a brain, so we got to end it soon.
Don't worry, we got it.
Bran and Rickon, if they saw their father's head on a spike, then that would have been maybe too overwhelming, and it could cause irreversible damage. Versus them being introduced to that concept of their father dying through their dreams and through prophetic visions that help them understand the world more symbolically, if you look at it from a psychoanalytic perspective, a Carl Jungian way of looking at it, the subconscious, like that's what they're using and that's what they're organizing the world through.
Yeah, it's almost like, so then you kind of do have faith a little bit, because then it's kind of like, innocence doesn't just get tarnished for the sake of it getting tarnished, right? Like even Sansa and Arya's, who they literally like experience the actual, especially Sansa, like the actual event of it and see it and are exposed to it, and their innocence is like automatically stripped away. It's not in vain, like it's not for nothing. It's meant to like strengthen them and transform them. And so then it's kind of like what you decide to do with your suffering. But then the justness of the world is shown with like Bran and Rickon, like you're saying, because it's not like their father's head got sent to Winterfell and they had to be like irrationally exposed to their innocence being stripped away for no reason, right? Like these are just two little boys, and like Bran already kind of lost part of his innocence by becoming a cripple. And so, you know, there is like still justice that exists like in a universal way, in a way that God like carries and like holds people like in certain ways, but still allows them to like, still allows suffering for them to grow from it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But just enough. Like, I think that, like, for example, like
God is merciful in that way.
Yeah. Like, and it's interesting because like even our body has, when people pass out, right? Like just like Sansa passed out. When people pass out, it's because the body is literally protecting you from having to endure the full trauma of that experience. And so like that's what happened with the like car accident that I was in with my brother. It's like we both lost consciousness because our bodies just decided like, okay, you're not gonna get the full extent of this like traumatic experience because that might be too traumatic. And so I think that in that way, like the universe does like hold you and like does,
which is trippy to
kind
think
of like
about.
guide you to not be completely broken, like still gives you that like glimmer of like strength to endure and to come out through it, you know?
It's almost like your higher self turns off your body and says, all right, so we're gonna sleep through this one.
Yeah.
Trust me, you want to sleep through it.
Yeah.
You don't want to see what you're about to experience, but I'll turn you back on after and we'll work through it and you'll be fine.
But that's why
type of
there's
thing.
that saying, right? Like that you're never given nothing that you can't handle. You can, as long as you like think about Daenerys, right? It's like at first she was sold to Khal Drogo and then she, you know, was going to get abused by him and stuff. And she didn't have love for him at first. And she was literally a victim of her life. And now she's like a sorceress of her life. Like she gets to decide now.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Yeah. And I think that that's like a good way to end it, huh?
That's a good place to end it.
Oh, there's so much to say. I was like, we have to do like podcasts and just talk about these episodes in like full depth.
In an organized manner too. Like I feel like if we can
scene by scene and like
scene by scene would be interesting. Yeah. I think we can benefit the things we watch more if we take that approach and we do a dedicated podcast where one day we're analyzing and breaking down scene by scene, play by play, this movie, this episode of the series. I think that's where you'll get the best value, right, from what we're doing here.
Yeah.
But right after watching something, especially if it's something that's so disorienting and so confusing and it's designed to make you feel that way, it's designed for you to start calculating all these variables in your head and seeing like, oh my God, like who's next? Like what's going to happen? What's going to happen? What's going to happen? It's kind of hard for you to have a firm grasp of understanding of what is actually happening. So we'll get to that soon. But yeah, so to close it out, we have the wheel of Spinema. We've already spun it. We've already spun it.
Spun it.
We've spun it.
We've spun it. We spun it.
The next upload that you can expect is Train to Busan. At the end of Train to Busan, at the end of every movie we watch, we're going to be doing the wheel where we're going to be spinning a wheel. If you check the last two reactions before this one, we spun the wheel. And we'll be spinning it at the end of every movie reaction with, and this wheel is going to be populated with a lot of recommendations that we've been getting over the years on this channel.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to be covering as many movies, creating a full digital catalog of all the movies and all the series in the universe on this channel. That's the goal before we're 90. And I know what you guys are going to say at this rate.
Okay, whatever.
It'll be before 900, but the whole point is that it's new year, new me.
I know.
New year, new us.
2026, new energy.
And it's the first day of the year, so if I'm kind of like going through it, it's because I'm literally just, you know, like it's starting from otherwise horrific and hellish year that was 2025. So forgive me on that if I stumbled a lot, but I will. You know, it's kind of like riding a bike.
Yeah.
Like you just got to hop on and just go.
Man, I didn't even talk about Tyrion and like he's gonna be Hand of the King.
Hand of King.
That
We'll
might
talk about it
change
on the
things.
next time.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, good. Okay, we'll see. There's like a lot to like talk about, but thank you for tuning in to our
'Cause I can't
reaction
handle no more.
to
I
the
gotta
season
sleep.
1 finale of
Yes.
Game of Thrones. And we're excited to keep going and see what happens. I'm excited to see how this all pans out. And people said it gets worse, but in a better way, but it gets worse than it's already been, which is crazy because I can't imagine anything worse than Ned Stark's death. I'm still coping, like seeing Robb crying. I can't bear to stand a grown man crying, by the way. I literally just can't.
I've done it a few times.
I know, and it makes my heart just break into like a million pieces. But anyways, thank you for tuning in. Head over to our Patreon if you want the full, uncut, full-length, uncensored reaction. You'll get the nudities, whatever's. You'll get the everythings. You'll get the everything.
Completely uncensored. And also we provide a timestamp so that you can link your copy with our copy and we can watch it together as if we're in the same room.
Yeah.
It'll be a continual watch along. You can check that out on Patreon and
Mentally Gone Studios.
And that's it.
And that's it. And thank you to everyone again on YouTube. And we'll see you in the next reaction.
Happy New Year's and
Day
thank you again.
2 of January of the year. Every day, just new videos. And thank you for tuning in. Well, you won't get this on January 1st.
You'll get it on January 2nd.
But that's okay. See
January
you.
1st starts the process. That's the point. Today's January 1st and we're doing it.
And don't forget.
Yes. Oh, and don't forget that it's never wrong
to be mentally gone. Peace to the world. Oh, I think I hit my headphones. Peace to the world.